Hello, wonderful people. It's nice to be on your screen. Oh, hello, wonderful people. It's so exciting when I have to be on your screens again. Actually, today I feel so musical. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh my God. Anyways, I'll tell you guys a secret at the end of this video. So make sure that you stay through till the end. And yeah. But before I begin, I want to say a big shout outs to Vicentia Aku. Um, You've been very helpful to the entire GW agenda. We see what you do. We see you share our links all the time, post our videos, encourage people to watch. And we do believe that you actually believe in the agenda of G.W.O, that is making education accessible to the general public, especially those that are facing some socio-economic challenges. Thank you so much for helping people hear the voice of G.W.O. Now, to all those who have always been behind our backs sharing our videos, I could mention a name, but trust me, I'll definitely reach out and thank you all for all that you've done. Thank you all so much for sharing our links. Those we haven't seen, thank you so much, and God richly bless you. We are so grateful. Today, we're actually going into another MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program, but this time in the University of Pretoria. Hold up, I know full well that you don't know a lot about the University of Pretoria. You barely know about it. In fact, some of you or most of you barely know about the University of Pretoria. So I'm going to do you the honors of taking you through the entire application process to the University of Pretoria, and then we come back and check how you can apply for the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program once you're done applying to the University of Pretoria. But if you do not apply to the University of Pretoria, you cannot access this MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program. But fun fact is, for this program, you can actually apply for undergraduate courses, postgraduate courses, and if you gain admission and you also get the MasterCard Foundation Scholarship, a lot of things will be taken care of, right? So without much ado, let us just go straight into getting to know more about the University of Pretoria. Of course, when you click the link in the description box, this is what you're going to see. But if you click the house, which looks like my house, you'll be redirected to this page where you can actually get to know more about the University of Pretoria. So yeah. It is important to know the university so you can know exactly your interest, right? So you can understand whether you're interested in applying or not. You don't need to force yourself, do you? Anyways, so the University of Pretoria is one of Africa's top universities and the largest contact university in South Africa. There are a lot of programs to choose from, and one beautiful thing is this school will help you calculate, right, whether you are eligible to apply for a program, so you don't waste your time applying for a program you won't get. You get it? Right. So let's just look at the undergraduate courses. And they have undergraduate courses, they have postgraduate courses as well, right? So if you want to check the programs and degrees in total for the University of Pretoria, you can just click here. Now, if you click here, you would see all the programs that you can apply for. That is undergraduate programs. So let's say you want to know that. You just click on this. If you click here, this link will redirect you to a page where you can see the undergraduate courses. My connection is quite slow, but in no time soon, we will be seeing that page. Great. So now this is the undergraduate. These are the undergraduate programs. You can see general management, ADVIP, blah, blah, blah. And you can see the closing dates as well, right? You can see the closing dates. So for South Africans, you can see your closing dates. And for non-South Africans too, you can see your closing dates. That's what it actually means. The date you can see there. You can see the program codes as well. So if you want to know more about the programs, you just click read more. So let's go back Yeah, and if you want to know more about the postgraduate courses too, you click here, then you see the postgraduate courses that you can actually apply for. So it's all here. And also the short online courses and then the courses, sorry, the online courses and the short courses too are there for your perusal. So that is that. That is that. So you can now read more about the fees and funding and student accommodation. Depending on what you want to know, I would actually suggest that you go through carefully, right, and understand what it is you really want to apply for. So there's more information here. The more you go down the page, the more you see a lot of information. So just take your time and read and understand it. So if you click on the three dashes here, you can see a lot of things you can also read, right? That's more about the University of Pretoria, studying at the University of Pretoria, researches that the University of Pretoria has engaged in campus life and given to UP, right? How to contact them and all that there is to know about the University of Pretoria. Okay, so now let's say you've read everything, right? And you want to actually apply. You just click the apply button here and you will see all about the online application thing, right? So let me introduce you to this, right? Before you can start the application process, you need to make sure that you have identified the right study program option for your future career. So if you want to know that, you just click what to study. This is what I was talking about right now. You can also capture your school subjects and marks in order to find out for which study programs you may be considered. Do you get it? That you don't waste your time applying for a course you will not be allowed to study, right? So if you want to find out more, you just click there and then the process is quite simple. So you would get to know how to do that. Yes. Now, this is an application guideline which is quite similar to what G.W.O says about things you should never do. Now, listen, you don't have to wait until the applications are open. You can start preparing your application documents in advance, such as your ID, your passport, and grade 11 final reports. That's if you're applying for an undergraduate course. But anyways, just make sure you have that in hand. Now, you need to remember to start planning your student accommodation. And if you've decided to stay in one of the 29 residencies, this must be indicated on your online application. So if you want to find out more about the residencies, you just click here, just as they've indicated, right? You click the hyperlink and you get into the page where you know about the residencies, right? So this is a quick application guideline or application guideline tips that you can take from. So you have to first of all apply online. That is, you upload your ID, your passport, and final school results and academic records if it's applicable. Then you indicate your residence preferences during your online application process. Then you pay your application fee. You can check the application fee by just clicking there. Now you check the UP portal regularly. After applying, you check the UP student portal regularly for your application status and other messages. Then you accept or decline the offer. And if conditionally admitted to more than one study program, you accept your chosen study program and decline your second option on the UP student portal. That means that, say you apply for two programs, you can actually be selected for all. So you just have to decline one and choose the other. Then you submit your contract. You will not be able to register unless your contract has been submitted. So scanned or faxed contracts are not accepted. The contract is available on the UP student portal. So you'd have to sign it electronically. Right. Okay, so you pay your initial fees, that is your registration fees. And then final submission, you register, attend orientation, and then you attend lectures. And so if you are able to complete your course of study in the University of Pretoria at the end of this entire thing, you become a graduate from the University of Pretoria. So this accommodation, if you want to learn more about accommodation, they have 29 residencies. Find out more, you click the hyperlink and you're good to go. So these are some of the important dates you need to mark out for. Now, applications are open for 2026 and it began on the 1st of April 2025. And this video was released on 4th April 2025. So guess what? You can begin the application process. Now, application closed for veterinary science on the 31st May 2025 and 30th June 2025 for all other undergraduate programs. So that is that, guys. So if you want to apply, you just click here and then you click apply online. So if you want to apply online, yes, you can start the application process by clicking here. So this will link you to a page where you can begin the entire application process. Mind you, this application process is to the University of Pretoria. Okay, great. So it took quite some time. It will take quite some time. My connection once again is slow, very slow. Okay, guys, so this is the page you'd actually come across and you'd see this. So I want to find out what I qualify for, and this for only undergraduate programs, right? So if you want to find the undergraduate program, you qualify for, you can just click there and you just do the program calculator thing and you can see numerous programs you actually qualify for. Now, if you want to start a new application, which is what we intend to do, you do that. Now, if you want to log in to continue or view study application, you can click there. So we want to start a new application. We just click start new application and wait for some time and we get into the page where we can begin the new application. Okay, so this is something you'd have to give consent to. When you apply to the study at UP, they collect and use your information to consider your application and as required by the Higher Education Act. So if you are younger than 18 years, you must have your parents' or guardians' permission to apply. So for more information about how the university uses personal information, you can visit the privacy note, but you just have to click on OK and everything will be processed again. So now this is the new study application thing. So career of study, you can click here. Maybe I want to do a postgraduate program and year of study. It will be in 2026, right? So student number, that's if you previously studied at UP. But if you've never studied at UP, you can ignore this. So your last name, you put it there. Say Deefy. My name is Deefy. Oh, DC. Okay. DC Dairy. Isn't that a nice name? DC Dairy. I'm sorry, guys. I actually have to do this so you can get to see how the process is. And the first name, let me make it Angelica. Angelica. Then middle names, you put it there. I don't have any middle names. So email address and you confirm the email, date of birth and all that. So I don't want to go further because usually when we try to do this just so we can show you how the entire application process is, we end up jamming up the systems, right? So I don't want to do that. So just know that applying to this university is actually very simple, right? It's very, very simple. So you needn't bother about it. So once you are done, let's now go back and check how to apply for the MasterCard Foundation scholarship after you have actually applied to the University of Pretoria. Do you get it? So I think I've led you to a place where I can now leave you to cross the Red Sea. I'm not Moses. Guys, don't mind me, okay? Yeah, so we are back to the first page we came across. That's the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program. We already know that the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program has a lot to offer. So it will be worth applying to the University of Pretoria and then for the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program so you can get your tuition fees covered and all the necessary things covered. Okay? Okay. So finally, we are done with the process of applying to the University of Pretoria. And now we are back to the main thing here, which is the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program at the University of Pretoria. So just so you know, the University of Pretoria has been in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation since January 2014. And they've been offering a lot of scholarship and sponsorships to students who are facing socio-economic challenges, which has hindered their attaining of higher heights as far as education is concerned. So yeah, if you want to read more about that, you can just click there and you'll be sent to a page where you can read a lot about the MasterCard Foundation program at the University of Pretoria. So now let's see how we can apply for this MasterCard Foundation. So MasterCard Foundation Scholarship Program. So you can click how to apply and you'll be linked to this page. So, how to apply? Now, the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program is intended for students who have applied to and been accepted into one of the specified programs at the University of Pretoria. So, these are the programs, right, that are eligible for the University of for the scholarships for the MasterCard Foundation Scholarship at the University of Pretoria. So, yeah, this is the eligibility criteria. One, applications are open to undergraduate, honors, and master students that have applied and have been accepted to the University of Pretoria. Eligible candidates can apply until the 30th of September 2024. So, this is the information that was put out for when the scholarship was open for 2024, right? But it's quite similar to that of 2025 and 2026. So the program is aimed at African youths facing significant socioeconomic challenges, including refugees, internally displaced persons, and individuals with disabilities seeking to pursue higher education heights. And applicants must exhibit leadership qualities, and scholars must demonstrate outstanding academic performance. So, yeah. Now, the application deadline for 2026, being accepted into both the university and for the scholarship ends on the 30th of June 2025, right? So, if you're interested in studies at the University of Pretoria and you wish to apply for the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program, you must follow the application process, right? So, first, you must apply to the University of Pretoria first to indicate the to initiate the application process. Then you download and complete the hard copy of the relevant application form provided below. So you can click on them and you will get the application form. Okay, guys, so this is how the undergraduate application form for 2026 looks like. Mind you, the fact that it's 2026 doesn't mean you have to wait for 2026 before you apply. You actually apply for 2025 and get admitted into the university plus gain the scholarship in 2026. So that's it. Now, you need to understand that for full time undergraduate study, it's open to African students with a grade point average of at least 70%. Now, the program targets African youth who face significant socio-economic barriers, refugees or internally displaced people, and persons with disabilities who will go back to contribute to the transformation of their country, and applicants from countries outside the borders of South Africa should meet the requirements of the universities of South Africa. And so for more information, you can click the hyperlink over there and you will see the um requirements, right, of the universities South Africa. And if you are eligible for it, then you continue. So this is a note to international applicants. The MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program does not cover costs associated with the USAF verification and passport applications, right? So all affidavits can be obtained from a commissioner of oaths or local police station in the applicant's respective country. Now, applicants should not already have obtained an undergraduate degree or qualification. And this is if you're applying for the undergraduate program at the University of Pretoria, right? Okay. So these are the instructions. To apply for the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program at the University of Pretoria, you must have applied to University of Pretoria to study in the faculties listed below and arrange to have the required supporting documents sent to the university. Now, you will need your U student number to complete this application form, and students who have previously studied at a previous university are required to disclose this during their application for admission at the university. So the U student number will be given to you, right, when you are applying to the University of Pretoria. So you make sure that you copy it when you get over there. That's your university student number. Okay, great. So only students in full-time degree programs and not extended or non-degree purposes are eligible for this program. Applicants must be starting their first year of study in 2026, and no late submissions will be accepted. All applicants are required to apply to the University of Pretoria residencies for accommodation for the duration of their degree. Now, for information about the university undergraduate residencies, you visit the link over there. The document listed below are required to process your application and must be submitted with this application form as one combined PDF document, please. So all these documents must be combined into just one PDF document. You don't need to send them one after the other, right? So yeah, the first one is proof of your provisional admission letter from the University of Pretoria if admitted before 31st of August 2025. So you'd actually have to be admitted before you can come over here and apply for the MasterCard Foundation Scholarship. Yeah, so you also need a copy of high school results, proof of gross income, that's pay slip, pension advices, financial statements, allowances, maintenance for the last 3 months for biological or adoptive parents, legal guardians, spouse, source of income, and all that. So if no proof of income or if unemployed, the source of income or maintenance allowance must be provided per individual by means of an affidavit. Now, house executives, housewives must confirm any source of income by means of affidavit. Now, if a biological adoptive parent is single or never married, an affidavit confirming marital status and maintenance. Also, if not receiving any financial assistance must be provided, right? So if biological or adoptive parents are deceased, death certificates must be provided. Now, if biological or adoptive parents are divorced, the decree of divorce and affidavit confirming maintenance must also be provided. So there is more information about that. You also need your ID, passport for biological or adoptive parents, ID, passport, and birth certificate for both applicants and siblings. Now, proof of enrollment of all siblings at tertiary institutions and a copy of refugee identity documents. Now, remember that the refugee students living within South Africa must have a Section 24 valid permit provided by the South African Department of Home Affairs, and any proof of disability should be provided with a registration document or certified copy of a doctor's report. That's it. Now, only students admitted to the University of Pretoria will be considered for this program. So, to maximize considerations, apply early and ensure that the university receives all required documentation no later than 31st August 2025. Now, you need to apply by 30th June 2025 for admissions into faculty at the University of Pretoria. Once you receive confirmation that you have been provisionally accepted, complete the application form attached to the link below and submit with a subletting document as a single PDF file to this email, right? So this program is limited to students who cannot afford to study at a tertiary institution. So do not apply if you do not fall within this category. Applicants must declare if he or she has a relative who is a staff member of the University of Pretoria, and students who are awarded the funding opportunity may not hold other bursaries, with exception of UP Achievement Awards. And all the information provided must be accurate and true. Any falsification of information on this application, may result in your application being excluded. So then you'd have to scroll down till you come to this particular page and then you begin the entire process of filling the boxes. Pay attention to the instructions you've been given under each particular session. And yes, when you finish everything, you can now submit it. You remember the email, right? You submit it with all the necessary documents and you're good to go. You also have to write your short essays, so you remember to do all that. All that. Yeah, so this is a declaration after filling the forms and you sign, you write the date, the full name, and you're good to go. Yes, and it's the same when it comes to the postgraduate courses, just that that one too has peculiar informations or documents you'd have to provide, right? So you can download that one too and go through it. Then after that, you submit your application electronically to mcfsp@up.ac.za. Now, for additional information or inquiries, you contact them at +27 0124204297 or via email at mcfsp@up.ac.za. Now, ensure that all required supporting documentation is included with your submission. Now, this documentation will be specified in the application PDF, right? And now, post submission, post submission, post submission, your application will undergo a review process. You will be notified of the outcome afterward. Now, if you do not hear back from the university, please assume your application was not successful. Now, the step 4 is prior to admission into the program, all eligible candidates will undergo an interview as part of the selection process. I think this is easy, right? So, thank you so much for staying tuned. If you have any questions, let me know in the um comment section below and I'm going to help you with it. But trust me when I say this process is easy. Just make sure you first of all apply to the University of Pretoria and then you come back to apply for the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program. Once again, the application deadline is the 30th of June 2025. Bye, guys. I promised to tell you a gist. Let's do it some other time. See you later, guys. Bye.